Man, now let's talk, man. What this is going to be about is the fact that I have never seen any other group of people of any nationality celebrate the death of someone that they didn't even know. Now, I've seen men and women celebrating. Some of these men claim to be men of God, and I've seen them celebrating this. So I ain't gonna make this no Sunday go to meeting or nothing like that. But we are gonna base this on Proverbs 24, verse 17 and 18. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth. Lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. See, rejoicing over your supposed enemy, now the enemy who ain't done nothing to you. And let me tell y'all something about women, man. I ain't never met a woman who didn't have some type of issues with the men in her life, whether it was when she was young or if it's right now in her life right now. How many women out here right now got a deadbeat baby dad? Boy ain't never did nothing for the baby the whole time the baby been in the world. Ain't did a thing for the baby. But still calling you, trying to jump up and down on you. And you know what you do? You let him come right on through. Joke ain't got to do nothing for his child, but he can call you and borrow money from you. Your life is a struggle now because you got to take care of a child by yourself that you didn't make by yourself. But if that something happened to that joker, you're going to be boo-hoo crying tears. Oh, what I'm going to do now? What I'm going to do now? My baby daddy gone. What you going to, that's exactly how you're going to be. And that man right there is doing something to you in your life. You know what I realized? That most people have miserable lives. And they need somebody to pour their misery out on. And what better place to do that than online with somebody who don't even know you? Because you ain't got the intestinal fortitude, the gumption to check the people in your real life who causing you strife. I told y'all before, man, I ain't never met a woman in all my years. I ain't never met a woman who didn't have some type of complaint about something inappropriate happening to her when she was younger. Now, I am not a proponent of that. I think every man who has done that needs to go the way of R. Kelly. He needs to be put somewhere. He needs to go the way of Harvey Weinstein. He needs to be put somewhere. But that doesn't negate the fact that I ain't never met a woman who had that complaint. And you know what? If that same relative or that same friend of the family come to you right now and die, you're going to be sad. You're going to be at the funeral and you're going to be all boo-hoo crying tears. But you got so much animosity and you're celebrating so much for a man who ain't did nothing but talk and didn't talk directly to you. Man, let me tell y'all something. No other nationality celebrates the death of even their most criminal minds. You didn't see people celebrating like that when Hitler lost. You didn't see people celebrating like that when Charles Manson got caught. Bernie Ebbers and Madoff, when they took all them billions of dollars from them people, nobody was running around cheering all online. Nobody was running around. They didn't have no signs in the street talking about, yes, death to the evil one. But see, when you're so miserable that you can't find no joy in your own life, you got to try to share that misery with somebody else. Now, before I go any further, I know somebody want to ask the question, well, Dr. BoA, what qualifies you to be the one to speak on this? I'm glad you asked that question. I was hoping you would because I was ready to answer it. First of all, when it comes to me speaking from a spiritual perspective, man, I took the vow to Nazarite almost 30 years ago. And I've been under the Most High and living by his word since then. Am I perfect? No, but I've been under the Most High living by his word the best I could ever since then. What qualifies me to talk about it from the perspective of being a man in this space? Let me tell y'all something. And this gonna hurt some people, but you know it's true. I'm not a member of the manosphere. And I'm not one of these fellas that's talking about I'm gonna quit. I ain't never been a member of the manosphere. I was alphasphere from day one. The day I stepped on the scene, I termed this space the alphasphere. We have differentiated ourselves from day one. But I am still in support of many other members of the alphasphere, of the manosphere, even the guys who have left. Secondly, I don't have an emotional attachment to the situation. See, for me, I done lost too many people in my life. I done dealt with too much trauma and turmoil in my life to get emotional about anything now. I'm even my own relatives. I'm not gonna get emotional. You understand? The most important people in my life, I've already lost most of them. All of them except one. And when I say most important people, I mean the people that have been around the longest. You know, your parents, your siblings, those people. So this is not an emotional rant. You ain't gonna hear no emotion, and you ain't gonna see no tears. What you about to hear is a man stand up here and chastise all of these people that are making a mockery of simply being black in America. You know why other nationalities don't do this? Because they don't want to come out here and look stupid like us. They don't want to come out here and be lost like us. They don't want to come out here and be the laughing stock like us. We perfectly fine with being the laughing stock, brother. Did y'all notice that? We perfectly fine with being the laughing stock of a society. Everybody that's celebrating can't tell me one thing this man ever did to them personally. But what about that inconsiderate mama of yours? What about the one who put all them bills in your name, and when you turned 21 and tried to get some in your name, you realized you had a power bill, a water bill, a gas bill, a cable bill, a car that you didn't pay for, and an eviction on your name already? And you know what? You love her right on to death, and she done started you off in the hole with your credit. What about that dad who just bailed? Didn't even try to reach out to you. Now, there's a thing of a man who ain't gonna keep taking a woman crap, and he just get on the way, but he gonna take care of children. What about that dad who bailed on you and ain't never called you? You ain't never seen him, and when you did see him, he say, "Hey, what you looking for me for? I ain't got nothing for you." What about him? You still trying to reach out to that fool now, and he done caused a whole bunch of turmoil in your life. But you ain't got the intestinal fortitude. You don't have the spiritual aptitude to direct that anger and that energy in the direction it need to be going to. You'd rather take a man who ain't never did a thing to you and celebrate his death. Do you know how stupid and wicked you got to be to celebrate somebody's death who ain't never did nothing to you? You can expect karma to pay you a visit. I promise you that. Every one of you should be on your knees repenting right now. Not because you didn't like the man or you didn't like his message, but damn, did you hate the man so much that you're glad he dead? Megan Thee Stallion is doing way more to damage your little girl's mind than Kevin Samuels ever did. And you champion her to the death. Don't make no sense, man. This is a day. This is a day that I wish that I could disappear. You understand? I wish that I could be invisible so I wouldn't even have to be identified with y'all. And more than anything, man, it's just such a disappointment. All the things, man, that we've accomplished in this society, all the ways we built ourselves. And now let's think about it. We're talking about some of our most educated, intellectually astute women out here, out there dancing in the street because a man died. It's a shame, brothers. I'm telling you, man, it is a shame that we could be in a society that this could even happen and be championed. And the crazy thing is, more people have added on to it. It's like, oh, my life's so miserable. I've been waiting on somebody to pile on. But let me tell you what you do. Pile on yourself for not doing everything in your power to get your life right. You the one chose to stay at that dead end job. You the one chose not to put that man on child support. And I'm gonna tell you, I ain't no big proponent of a man being put on child support. But if you don't do nothing for your children ever, fool, you need to be on child support. If you ain't gonna do it like a man, then it's a shame. But somebody got to make you do it. If you don't want to be on there, do what you're supposed to do. What about all the wrong things you were taught? All the lies your mama told you about how you're supposed to be in this world and how you're gonna get ahead. What about that? No animosity at all, huh? You're just gonna wait for one of us to die so you can say, oh, let me take this animosity out on him. I don't know him. How many of y'all been used by your family members? Now, let me tell y'all something. All y'all women with these educations, making this money, a whole bunch of y'all are first generation degree holders. Y'all some of y'all first generation undergraduate degree holders. But most of y'all are first generation PhD holders, first generation master's holders, first generation money makers. And y'all know what y'all got to do. You know how you was raised. You was raised that when you make money, you got to go back and take care of the family. Now, what about that first time you did that and you fell off? I'm talking about fell off, didn't have nothing left. Couldn't even get a quarter from family. They treat you like you was outcasts. And you know what you do? They call you right now and ask for something. You got back on feet. You give it right to them. Folks use you till you ain't had nothing left to be used. And you love they dirty draws, man. But here's a man who ain't never did nothing to you and you happy he dead? Why? Why? Now, I'm a disclaimer here. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. And I'm not saying this, for no type of negative. I know somebody going to try to make something negative out of it. I'd be lying if I told you that I listened to the man's show. I didn't. I never did. But you don't have to. It got so big that it was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So you knew what the message was. You knew what the message was. And listen, man, and I'm not saying nothing from any negative perspective. You understand? Man and man, we planned on doing a collaboration and we just never got around to it. I was busy, he was busy. We just never was able to set the time aside to do it. So this ain't coming from no other space other than the fact that I know for a fact that man was not out here telling y'all nothing wrong. He was telling y'all what I'm finna tell y'all right now. The same way y'all got y'all money and y'all got standards and y'all ain't gonna deal with certain things. Well, why in the hell can't y'all accept that we the same way? We got our money, we got our standards, and we ain't gonna deal with certain things either. What's the problem? We have certain requirements if you want to be in our lives. And if you don't meet those requirements, you can't be in. And you may not care, but we don't care either. This is the way it's going to be. If you're going to be with me, these are the rules and regulations. If you can't do that, then you can go ahead and deal with your own trials and tribulations for the rest of your existence, if that's your choice. Because life going to go on regardless. What about them girls who jumped on you because you were prettier than them? What about that? Some of y'all got a cut on your face right now. Them girls, you were so pretty. Them girls didn't want you to be pretty no more. They didn't cut you on your face. You got that scar on there right now. And you know what? You probably best friend one of them girls right now. Probably was at their wedding. You got enough people in your life to take your animosity out on than for you to be sitting here jumping around with Joyce cause this man in past, man. You think that's going to benefit your life? Because you still got to wake up in the morning and still deal with your same issues. You still got to go to that same job that about to drive you crazy. You still got to deal with that same baby daddy that ain't helping you with them babies. You still got to deal with that same mama that's jealous because you done did better than her and trying to hold you back. You still got to deal with that same dad who ain't never been in your life but now wants you to come take care of him. You still got to deal with them same friends who treat you different because you done came up. You still got to deal with them same student loan debts and they keep coming down taking $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 of your money. You still got to sit there and hope and pray that you in the line when Joe Biden strike down all the student loans. You still got all that in your life. What you need to be doing is sitting down, looking at your own life and making sure that you the one that you ain't the one that's gonna die tonight. None of us is guaranteed any time here. What? Every one of y'all either got a man in your life right now, or had a man in your life that you were chasing and chasing and chasing, and the man was telling you y'all were gonna be together and doing all that, and the man didn't treat you worth nothing. Didn't treat you worth nothing. And you know what you tell everybody? I'ma always love him. He gonna always have a place in my heart. Ain't that what you tell him? Don't lie. You know you said. I hear them consultations all the time. Y'all love him. Can't get over him. Well, let me ask you what the man did for you. He ain't do nothing. Everything he did for you was bad. Everything he did to you was bad. You couldn't come up. Every time you came up, you let him back in your life. You go back to rock bottom again. You'd waste 15 years on that man, and you still love him to death. You ain't wasting now you on Kevin Samuel. Kevin Samuel ain't did nothing to you. He ain't put nothing in your life. But you're celebrating his death. Now, I can't say what level of spiritual sanctity Kevin Samuels had. I ain't know him like that. Let me tell you, man, what you deal with out here, man, when you get out of this thing, man, that between you and God, man, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know what you were doing. I don't know what happened. I don't know nothing about it. I have no idea. But what I do know is this. I don't give a damn what a man was doing. There ain't no cause for me to celebrate his death. There ain't no cause for me to celebrate his death. What do I benefit by celebrating a man's death? What it should do is make you think about your own morality and how the lack of it could lead to your own mortality. But that's too much like right, ain't it? That's too much like right. Your life is so, let me tell y'all something, man. You know how bad your life got to be where your life is so heavy on you. You're carrying so much weight every day that the only time you get to celebrate is when somebody dies. Now, let me tell y'all something. Let me ask y'all something right now. What about when your grandma died? What if people would have came around celebrating? What about when your granddaddy died? What if people would have came around celebrating? What about when your uncles died? When your auntie died? When your cousin died? When your sibling died? Some of y'all, when your child died? When your best friend died? What if folks would have came around celebrating then? You'd have been mad as hell and you know it. Well, you know what? You might not like what this man was saying, but this was somebody's son. This man was in his 50s. His mama's still alive. This was her son. This man got kids. So who knows what the relationship with him is? It don't matter. This man got kids. He's somebody's daddy. This man somebody's brother. This man somebody's uncle. This man somebody's best friend. This man a whole bunch of men mentor. I don't care what y'all say out here. And if you don't like what I'm saying, the hell with you. You ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all know what I'm saying is real, man. Y'all know what I'm saying is real. And if you don't feel convicted, then you are seriously afflicted. How many men sent you to the clinic with an STI? I ain't talking about just a random man. I ain't talking about y'all that's out there thotting it up. I'm talking about y'all that was in a relationship where you weren't sleeping with nobody but that man. How many times you done had to go to the clinic because someone right and they told you you got something that you know you ain't supposed to have. And you stayed with him. How many of y'all? And I mean this. And I want y'all women to understand. This ain't an attack on y'all. This is a wake-up call to y'all. See, the problem with y'all ain't got no damn leadership. Ain't nobody teaching you shit. You don't know nothing. All you know is what you done went to school and read in a book. And that only matters at your job. When you get out here in the real world, that don't even matter no more. But let me tell y'all something right now. How many of y'all have a child and the copulation of your first child was against your will? And you stayed with the man anyway? Be honest with yourself. See, y'all, a lot of y'all have a lot of things going on inside of y'all, man. And y'all need to find some type of deliverance. And it ain't gonna happen at that church. That ain't where your deliverance gonna come from. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all tell me what y'all think about these shades, man. This a company, man, that I'm thinking about working with, man, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're phenomenal myself. But I tell you what we're gonna do, man. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do what we should have done from the beginning. Try to be nice, but y'all won't let me. Matter of fact, I don't know why I be faking like I'm nice anyway. Oh yeah, we good, man. We good. I ain't realized, man, that I ain't have no all right, there we go. We should be good, homies. We should be good. All right. We good. See, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. All of these times that you have had things happen in your life that have destroyed your self-esteem, that have destroyed your belief in yourself, that have destroyed your belief in your own physicality, where you don't even like look at yourself in the mirror. The bottom line is Kevin Samuels ain't did none of that to you. These are deep-seated issues that come from when you were young. You've been dealing with these issues your whole life. You understand what I'm saying? Your whole life. How many players done told you, I'm looking for love in a relationship too? Done told you that lie just to hit it. And even when you found that out, you call yourself breaking up with them. But you kept letting them hit it anyway. See, what this comes from is your inability to make the proper decisions in your life. And so the easy thing to do is come online and find somebody to latch out at. To find somebody to attack in some kind of, just a foolish way. A foolish way. There is no spiritual sanctity. There is no moral fiber in this particular society. And you think that any man is supposed to want to wipe up a woman who has no morality? Not one shred of moral fiber? This should have made you think about your loved ones that you already lost. This should have made you sad because you could look at your own loved ones and say, man, this remind me, man, of man, I missed something. You should have missed somebody. Think about when you were in school and there was that one professor who hated your guts. You ended up with a B in that class. Made all A's the whole time. Ended up with a B. Think about that one person that plagiarized your paper. And then told them fools you plagiarized her paper. You done had enough people in your life to have animosity toward. Why you gonna pick a perfect stranger that you don't know and celebrate their death? Man, celebrate somebody's death. Celebrate the fact that somebody's dead. I'm gonna be honest with you, homie. To be perfectly honest with you. Here's what we not gonna do. We're not gonna be out here trying to promote this whole marriage shit no more. We're not gonna do that. What's the purpose of it? We're not gonna do it. The Alphasphere is not the place that's finna promote that. I will tell you, if you meet a woman and she earns some, Give her what she earned. If she earns some time with you, if she earns hell, a whole lot of time with you, even if you meet a woman who earns a position in your life, a high position in your life, put her in that position. But it's going to be so rare that there is no need for us to be out here perpetuating the energy of the traditional marriage. See, here's the thing. Marriage is a traditional arrangement. So that means men and women have to be traditional thinking, traditional behaving for it to work. Those days are gone. Why are we trying to take modern women and put them in a traditional position? That time is gone. It takes responsibility. There's a responsibility that comes with marriage. A responsibility is a full-time job. And these women don't want to put no time into that full-time job because they already got a full-time job, a full-time career, full-time friends, full-time partying, full-time hanging out, full-time girl trips. That thing over, man. Unless you find that needle in the haystack. But it's not going to be something, man, that you're going to, every time you turn around, it's going to be a woman who's worthy of that in your face, man. It's just not going to happen. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not going to happen. See, because here's one thing. The whole submission thing, let me tell y'all what submission means. Submission means that when I'm in the driver's seat, you sit on the passenger side. And when I'm not in the driver's seat, you sit on the passenger side. It means that the position of leadership belongs to me. And the only way that's going to work is if a woman hasn't created a leadership life. If a woman has created a life of leadership on her own, man, that woman ain't going to never fit into no traditional marriage, man. Any man that's married a woman who built a position of power, who live in a position of power, man, you got a 50-50 relationship, dog. Which one of us want a 50? Put a one in the chat right now, homies, if you want a 50-50 relationship. If you believe that a 50-50 relationship is worth even having a woman around you, man, let me tell you something. Here's the problem with this society. Men are still believing that you can be the provider and protector of a woman, and she's going to give you the things that a traditional woman would give you. How you going to provide and protect for a woman who can't cook and clean your house, ain't going to be available to do the things you need her to do, don't really want to be intimate on all the time? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Even if a woman is really into you, if she go out there and work her finger to the bone, dog, she going to be too tired for you. Marriage is a situation where a man is 100% dedicated to being a provider and protector. And that woman is 100% dedicated to being a virtuous helpmeet. And you can't have a helpmeet in a woman who's already helping herself meet her own goals. Y'all around here trying to turn something that was traditionally established into something different. Well, if you change it, it's not marriage anymore. This thing that's going on today, man, this ain't marriage. Stop calling it that. This is a 50-50 partnership. This is a business arrangement. That's what this is. It's become a business arrangement because you're marrying a woman who's making money and she's concerned about her money. You concerned about your money. It can't help but be a business arrangement with everybody concerned about the money. But see, those of us who have attained any level of success at all, we don't want a 50-50 relationship. Unless we were raised by our mama who told us that we need to be in a 50-50 relationship. It don't matter how much money she make, it ain't gonna never be a 50-50 relationship. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. Protection is even more important than provision. Because without protection, the provisions may have a collision with somebody who ain't really meaning you no good. And you may end up in a worse situation than you're in right now. The reality of the scenario is that you got a friend who slept with your man. So that's two people right there that you should have animosity toward. But you know what? She's still your friend or your sister or whatever. Y'all still tight. Why? Because you don't have the intestinal fortitude, the gumption to tell somebody you crossed the line. I can't be cool with you no more. but you have the gumption to celebrate a man's death. You mean to tell me deep down inside, you really glad that a man you don't know is dead? You really glad? Help me understand that. You could go to any inner city right now, any inner city right now, and there's a mama in there who got a young daughter still in high school and know that it's a 25, 27, 28-year-old man going up there picking her up from that school, bringing her home. And you know what? She don't care because he got a little money. He kicking her down, helping to pay the bill, helping her take care of the household. But when that girl become a woman, she gonna have scars from that. And some of y'all got those scars right now. But you love the people who've done you wrong and hate the people who've done nothing to you. When you think about this, man, you just have to accept the fact that we live in a society where all of this kumbaya and all of that, man, all that heal the community and all that, man, I'm be honest with you, dog, that been dead. That been dead. People who look like me are out for themselves. Everybody is out for themselves. Somebody rebuild the community. Man, there is no community. See, in order to have community, here's what you need. First, you need unity. United we stand, divided we fall. You need unity. Unity is dead. Too many factions. There's 15,000 groups of us that are split off into all these different factions. Secondly, you need union. Now, without unity, ain't gonna be no union. Because if we ain't on the same page, then you and the woman sure ain't gonna be on the same page. So that's out the window too. Then, when you have the unity and the union, that leads to communion. And communion is what the community is built on. There ain't no community, man. What we trying to build? What we trying to build back? Let me tell you something, man. Ain't nothing to build back. That's the old school washed out mentality, man. It ain't nothing to build back. Because in order to build something back, you're trying to do what was already done. Man, we got to move forward. We got to look at what we're dealing with right now, and we got to move forward. And what we're dealing with right now is not a group of women that want to be traditional wives, man. We got to stop that. We are not dealing with women who want to be traditional. It's over. That shit is over, man. So that time is gone. It's done. We ain't doing that no more. If you want to get your mind right and be what a man want, cool, do that. If you don't, go ahead and live your life. Do what it is you want to do. Had the audacity to be out here publicly celebrate. Man, I'm talking about publicly celebrate. And you know what? You know how crazy it is, man. Here's the thing. It looks so hypocritical. Looks so hypocritical because, you know, they're the ones with all this Black Lives Matter stuff. That wasn't us, that was them. And here we come. If Black Lives matter so much, how come they only matter when a white cop do something to a black man? That's the only time they matter to y'all. This is a black man. He died. There's a black life. How come his black life don't matter? How come y'all want to celebrate his death? Man, let me tell y'all something, man. We all have people in our lives that we either did something to or wanted to do something to them because they crossed us. Bunch of people in the graveyard right now for crossing folks. Bunch of people behind that wall right now doing something to somebody who crossed them. But boy, let me tell you something. I ain't never in my life seen so many people celebrate the death of a man they didn't know. And this is why if you dealing with a woman and she's all on social media, drop her. She ain't worth your time. She ain't worth having around. Do not deal with a woman that's all over social media, man. You know what? Because she's easily influenced to lash out about things and get emotional about things that ain't got nothing to do with her. All in the comments, all on Facebook, going back and forth, people doing all that crazy talking back and forth. And then do you know how out of the loop with the real world you have to be in order to be that emotionally invested into things that you see online, in the things that you read online, in the things that happen online? See, here's the thing. And here's what I want you men to understand. You ain't got no business worrying about what no woman got to say. You ain't got no business worrying about it. You ain't got no business taking no advice from no woman. If you take advice from a woman, you're a beta male sim mangina. You ain't got no business taking no advice from no woman. Unless she's an accountant and you need some accountant. If she ain't got a degree in it, don't you listen to her. She don't know nothing. If she ain't got a degree in it, you're a fool to listen to her. And that's just the reality of it. See, we live in a society where, and this is not just about the women. This is about men buying into the concept that you are weak. You are letting this society tell you that you are weak, even though you know that systemically and systematically there have been things put in place to be a detriment to you and be a benefit to others. You know this, but you still let a society convince you that you're weak. And it's easy for you to fall that way because you don't build yourself from inside internally. As a man, you got to build yourself from inside. You got to build yourself internally first. All that external stuff, all the money and the clothes and all that, man, that ain't worth shit. It ain't worth nothing. Anybody can dress. Man, listen, man, let me tell y'all something, man. I can make you a turkey for Thanksgiving, or I can make you a buzzard. And I promise you, when I cut them feet off, man, and wring that neck off, pluck them feathers off of it. When I put that thing on that tray, you ain't gonna know if it's a turkey or a buzzard. If I stuff it the same way and roast it the same way, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna eat that buzzard. And either you're gonna say, this turkey right here, it's all right, but it tastes kind of, it's different. It tastes different. Or you're gonna say, man, this is the best tasting turkey I ever had in my life. I ain't never had no turkey this good. You're gonna say one of two things. But if you put if I give you a pretty box and wrap it in a pretty Christmas paper, man, and put a pretty ribbon on it, and you open it, and ain't nothing but a pile of dog poop, then you gonna look at it and be like, man, I hate this gift. But I would give you 100 bands in a paper sack with hamburger grease on it. You be like, man, don't worry about it, man. Just take it. I got my own bag. You see what I'm saying? We have to build ourselves internally. You got to be a certain quality of man. So moving forward, we're going to build ourselves into high quality men. High quality men. Because I know some dirt daubers that got a whole bunch of money. Boy, I'm talking about some dirt daubers. I know some dirt daubers sitting on a couple million. I won't even go around them without my strap. Been knowing them for years. Won't go nowhere near them without my strap. Boy, I can't be trusted. Boys is dirt daubers, boy. There's more to a man than how much money he got. See, when you hold men to task to building themselves into the best version of themselves internally, then what you are inside emanates from within. And there's a glow. Got to do what you got on. Now, if you dress it up, boy, you sure enough got a glow. But the glow don't go nowhere. No matter what you dress up in, no matter what you put on, the glow goes nowhere. When you at the gym, you glowing. When you riding down the street heading to the car wash, you glowing. When you at the grocery store, you glowing. Now you get suited and booted with plans ready to get executed. Boy, you shining then. But this is about having character. This is about having integrity. This is about being the type of man who can stand on principle. This is about being the type of man who don't look out in the world and say, okay, I need this. Man, if you meet a woman and a woman that can't be what you want her to be, man, forget her. So what? Whole bunch of things y'all care about. Y'all care about women dating out. I don't give a damn who they date. You shouldn't care either. Let a woman date who she want to date. Why are we even talking about that? We got more things to worry about than that, man. How is that affecting your life? You worrying about them swirling is not the equivalent, but it's going down the same line as them cheering that Kevin Samuels dead. Why you care about what they're doing? You care too much. Get out of your feelings about everything. I don't care. You shouldn't care. We got bigger and better things to worry about in our lives, homie. Much bigger and better things. Get a swig of that water. Well, more than a swig. So I want y'all to keep in mind, man, that this ain't something that we should be bothered about. Don't be bothered by it. Just accept the fact that when somebody shows you who they are, you accept who they are. And what this does is it shows you more. And I tell y'all all the time, it doesn't matter how many women are eliminated from contention for being in your life. If you get down to where there's only one woman on earth who's fit for you, then you check out that one woman. You understand what I'm saying? We're not going to live our lives based on what kind of woman we can get. It's a beta male simp man trying to outlook. We're not going to build ourselves into the best version of ourselves just so we can get some woman. We're not going to build ourselves into the best version of ourselves so some woman can approve of us. We men, dog. We ain't boys. How you going to let her treat you like you her son? She's sonning you when you trying to impress her. And let me say this. I'm not a man who hates women and all that right there. Matter of fact, I love women. Got a ride or die chick right now. Love my dirty draws. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about head over heels and love my clean ones, but still love my dirty one too. So this ain't got nothing to do with none of that. But you know what? She understands that in my world is my way or no way. And she bought into that. And you know what she saw? Damn, your way is better than my way ever could be. Because yeah, you can go make your money. You can do that. You can make your little money. But the reality of the scenario is very few of y'all are making six figures. Very few. Some of y'all have multiple degrees and still ain't making six figures. I know several women with PhDs, man, ain't even making $80,000 a year. So let's not act like because you got a PhD, you're making 100. Really? For the most part, the women who make 100 a year better, man, they got their own business. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to make 100. Just in this society, it's very difficult to make 100 a year, man, without your own business, unless you're in tech or something like that, man. But for real, most women ain't going to get tech degrees or none of that, man. They getting hell. I probably met 1,000 women with psychology degrees, and of course they being nurses and doctors and dentists and all of that, man. But my thing is, when you really think about it, I'm not saying 100,000 a year ain't no money, but there ain't no money for you to be bragging about how much money you make. It just ain't. It ain't. So if you, as men, we have to quantify what makes a woman valuable. We have to quantify what makes a woman interesting, what makes a woman worth talking to, what makes a woman worth spending time with, what makes a woman worth having around you, what makes a woman worth even touching. We quantify that. Gone are the days where we let women say, well, what y'all want don't matter. I got a degree and I make my own money and I blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. Your money only matters to a man who ain't got none. Your money only matters to a man who ain't got none. I don't care about your six figures. I got my own. Yours don't matter to me. Unless you're going to come in my life and give me all of it, it don't matter. The only money you got that matter to me is the money that you're going to give to me. If you ain't finna come, if you got 100,000 in the bank, if you finna come give me that 100,000, come on in, girl. I might put a ring on that thing. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? You give me them 100 bands, you done prove something to me. You done prove to me that you ride or die. You know what I'm saying? You done prove to me that you ride or die. But you know you ain't gonna do that, and I know you ain't gonna do that. So that's the only way your money matters. Unless I'm a man who can't live the quality of life I want to live. And that's why I tell you, man, live a minimalist life. Live a minimalist life, not because you don't have it to live a better life, but live a minimalist life so you can train yourself to not be caught up and influenced by the trinkets and treasures that a woman may have. You understand? If you live a minimalist life and you may be in a 2-bedroom condo in Manhattan, you may be, now that's pretty expensive. I wouldn't call that minimalist, but if you're in New York and Manhattan, you might be living minimalist. But you just got to remember that you have to make the rules of engagement for when you deal with women. It ain't about nothing. It ain't about downing women. It ain't about making them look bad, feel bad, none of that. It's just about you making the rules of engagement. Okay, all right, shawty, look, this is how you're going to deal with me. You know, this is how things going to be. Well, I'm used to saying what I want to say. I know you're used to that. You know what I'm saying? But with me, you're going to have to think before you talk. See what I'm saying? When you say what you want to say, you just open your mouth and let words tumble out. No, I want you to take 3 seconds before you respond to what I'm saying and think about what I'm saying. And those small things right there just show a woman wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? And if she don't want to do it, fine. She ain't got to do it. I just won't never talk to her no more. Here's what women don't understand. The true value that you have is protecting yourself. And what I mean by protecting yourself, preserving yourself. Your true value is saying, well, a lot of men wanted to get with me, but I ain't get with them. That's your true value. You ain't got no value in saying, well, I played around in my day. Ain't no value in that. There ain't no value in that. You know what I'm saying? There's value in it to you. Go ahead and do that. But as men out here, man, we ain't settling for that. Only a beta male simp mangina is going to do what Kanye did and wife up a woman whose claim to fame is a sex tape with another dude. It's one thing to know that you've been with somebody, but to see it, and all your homies done seen it, and everybody you know done seen it, and all your peers done seen it, man, that's just dumb. That's one of those things where in this society, a woman doesn't have to suffer the consequences of her decisions. And even with this, laughing about, this guy dying, man, and celebrating and all that, man, what consequences are they going to suffer? None. Because every one of them going to wake up tomorrow, man, and have some beta male sim mangina that buying them flowers and doing all that and turning to after 7. I give you the sun, the rain, the moon, the stars, and the mountains. I'll give you the world and all that you wish for. All that she wished for. It's going to be some dude that give it to her. You know what I'm saying? There's some dude right now that she's stringing along, and his favorite song is Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. He's singing that right now. So there ain't gonna be there will be no relationship consequences because there's always gonna be some dude out there. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. No matter what a woman says, she can have all these beta male cell mangina she wants. But deep down inside, that femininity in her, no matter how much she suppresses it, she wants a real man. She wants a real man. She wants that alpha energy in her life, no matter. She ain't got to admit it. You ain't got to admit it, shawty. You ain't never got to admit it. You ain't never got to tell nobody. You ain't got to tell me. I know it already. I know what I'm talking about. You ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. You can, but we ain't going to debate it. We ain't going to do none of that, but I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So never compromise and say, well, I better be a simp. I better be a beta male simp mangina because that's what the woman want. I better just be that. Man, let me tell y'all something right now. As a man, if you build yourself into the most alpha version of yourself, you automatically become the prize. And I don't mean the prize just walk around saying, I'm the prize. Hey, I'm the prize. If you got to say that, then you're not the prize. Dude, I'm the prize. What are you talking about, woman? I'm the prize. No, the prize don't have to say it's the prize. You think the Super Bowl trophy walk around saying, hey, whichever one of y'all win, gonna get me. No, they already know what the prize is. You think the people that go lottery ticket, you think when they go in there, the lottery had to say, wait a minute, now you know how much you're gonna win tonight, don't it, if you hit? Nope. The people already know what the prize is. You think the people at the Grammy Award, when they walk through the door, the Grammy say, come on in, boy, we got Grammys for you tonight, boy, you win that thing tonight, you gonna get me. Nope. They already know what the prize is. So you build yourself into the most alpha version of yourself, and then you carry yourself into the world like that. And then you find that as you build yourself into that version of yourself, then you get more opportunities to keep building that version. You get more opportunities to see more things, to do more things, to incorporate more positive energy into your life. And then you get to the point where when you meet a woman, the only time you got for her is the little bit of free time you have. The problem is too many of y'all got too much time to spend on too many women. Y'all spending way too much time on women. And it don't make sense because they ain't spending that much time on you. Running around here calling yourself the pride, you around here cold approaching women. Man, ain't no pride, never cold approach nobody. And I say this because I don't have no, man, listen, let me tell y'all the kind of relationships I've had. I've only had wonderful relationships. And I say this because just because a relationship ended doesn't mean it was bad. I've had wonderful relationships with the wrong women, and I've had wonderful relationships with women where I was the wrong man. And we had a wonderful relationship until we realized that we couldn't go any further. There isn't a woman from my past that if I saw her in public somewhere, that we wouldn't see each other, walk up, and she wouldn't hug me like she loved me. There ain't a woman from my past that won't do that. Why? Because I've only had phenomenal relationships. And that whole will last a lifetime thing, that's not necessarily the way it's supposed to go. So I'm speaking to y'all from the perspective of a man who's had positive interactions with women throughout my life. I don't recall any heartaches or heartbreaks or any of that, or any time where I believed in a woman and she turned out not to be what I thought she was. I don't have none of that in my past. So I'm speaking to y'all from perspective of a man who has not been sidetracked by some type of heartache where I took a break from building myself into the best version of myself. I'm telling you what I know. Man, focus on yourself. Don't worry about what no woman say. Don't worry about what no woman got to do. You ain't got time for that. I don't even listen to female content creators, man. Why would I? I don't know what they be talking about. I have no idea what they talk about. I'll be honest with you. I don't listen to many content creators at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen. Let me fix that, man. I don't listen to many dude content creators either, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta think about it. When I'm on here, man, I create so much content that I don't have time to waste listening to more content that's anything similar to anything I do, man. I just don't have time for it. When I'm done, I don't want to hear no more of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. Famo, salute. I see you in here, man. I got a couple super chats up here, man. Let me knock these super chats out right quick. But I just know, man, that celebrating a man's death, man, is just wickedness. It's wickedness. No matter how wicked you think that man was, celebrating his death is even more wicked. None of us is so righteous that we can celebrate somebody's death. None of us is so holy that we can celebrate somebody's death. None of us has done so much good in our lives so we can celebrate somebody's death. Now, if there's a message in somebody's death and you want to talk about a message, hey, listen, man, let me tell y'all, don't do this. Don't do that. You got to be careful. Don't do this. Fine. But to be absolutely, actually celebrating someone's death, man, that's just wickedness. Joshua Barnes, welcome to the Green Label Gang, homie. Main event. Appreciate the 3 bone, man. Shout out Dr BoA and Atmosphere. Salute to you, man. Am I skipping them or what? Beaver, appreciate the 2 bone, man. Doc, please don't leave as you're doing God work. Man, I'm gonna be here long as God want me here, man. That's all I can do. Matthew Miller, appreciate the 5 bone. Doctor Performance Surgery. Salute, man. Appreciate you. Love Brown. Appreciate the $5 super sticker. MK, appreciate the 5 bone. KS said the Mexican man can stand outside Home Depot all day and get more respect from his wife at home than the black man who a lawyer. My soul felt that. Yeah, man, that's true. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? It ain't got nothing to do with the black man being a lawyer. It got something to do with the black man accepting that shit. How you end up married to a woman that don't respect you? See, that's my thing. If the woman don't respect you, how she end up being your wife? It ain't the woman's fault to be disrespecting you. It's how you marry that woman. Like how Will Smith married Jada. I don't give a damn. Who cares what Jada does to Will? He the fool that married her. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take responsibility, man, for your decision. If you decide to marry a woman who ain't worth that man, treat you like a dog, man, that's on you. No sympathy from me. E. Ross, appreciate the 5 bone. Sizo, what's up, homie? Good to see you in the building, man. Appreciate the $50 sponsorship of the show, man. They got the game wrong. Peace BOA. Much love, my G. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you being in the joint, man. Good to see you in that thing. Leaves, appreciate the 5 bone. Dre Williams, appreciate the 5 bones, man. They celebrate because they think the mission would die with kids, but they fail to realize that they red pill a whole generation of men. Alton Pride, appreciate the 15 bone down, Dr. BoA. You cooking with gas, bro. I appreciate y'all brothers, man. Appreciate it. Who we got down here? Prodigal Son, what's good, bro? Good to see you in the building. Appreciate the dub. Someone tried to use Proverbs 11:10 to justify celebrating the man's death, but the true context of scripture is about a city under the oppression of a tyrant. Kids never terrorize anyone in fags, beta males. Man, you know, man, people gonna always try to justify the things, man, that they're not doing, man, that they know they're doing wrong. Fortunate Kenny, appreciate the dub, man. Porter Moore, appreciate the dime. Appreciate you, man. 25th Dynasty, appreciate the dub, man. We almost through with him, man. Y'all give me a minute. Kendall Smith, appreciate the 5 bones, man. Salute. T Fit, appreciate the dime. Salute to the Alpha. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Hey Bell, appreciate the dub. Salute Dr. BoA. Keep up the good work. Salute, man. Appreciate you. Hold up, man. I done lost focus in here. Hold up. Let me tap focus. All right. Thanks. Start focusing on the camera, man. I mean on the mic. Bim, appreciate the dime. Women want to be modern and 50-50 relationship model, but expect traditional outcome era. Continue to push the message, bro. And that's the main thing, man. That's the main thing. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, man. That's the main thing. Donnie Black, welcome to the Green Label Gang, man. Nathan Davis, appreciate the 2 bone. Rashad Smith, appreciate the dime because of KS. I found you, Doc, through the YouTube algorithm. It's a bad look in our community that the women are unloyal, unkept. This is why KS had what he had near him in death. Malik Quelle, Malik Taleb Kweli. Malik Kweli, what's good, bro? Appreciate the dub. I had to think about Talib, man, for to figure out your last name, bro. To remember what your last name is. Appreciate the dub, man. Women are only showing men how spot on care and what a bunch of evil women. It's pretty evil, man, to celebrate a man's death. You know, and here's the thing, man. Y'all got to understand. They don't really care. They don't really care what we say, man. They don't care. Malik again, man. Appreciate the dub. It ain't no big deal to them, man. They don't care. And I mean, who cares? See, y'all got to stop caring so much. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop caring so much as men. If the women don't care, the men definitely can't care. They the emotional ones. If they don't care, how we gonna care? We say, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the time. BOA, I've been rocking with you since I found out about you. But after tonight, you earned a different level of respect from me, big dog. Salute. Salute to you, man. I appreciate that. Archie Engineer, appreciate the 50 Bones co-sponsorship, man. Salute. Preach. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate it. Wilbur Wilson, appreciate the co-sponsorship, man. The fundamental human currency is attention. It's impossible to hold women to task when they finance their own poverty. Men and women put their finances and womb in the wrong places. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Y'all make some great points, man. The Honorable Jay, salute, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate the 40 bone, man. Big bro, I need that consultation. You're the chosen one, bro. God bless you. Ain't no doubt, bro. Hey, man. I think Famo in here, man. He'll put the link in there for you, man. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you. Uno Sakura, man. Appreciate the dub. I don't know if I said that right, but I know I got close enough to sound smart. Bama to the bone. Welcome back to the family, bro. Salute. Prophet Kingdom, my brother. Salute, man. Appreciate the sponsorship, bro. Blessed to my brother. Flames, it's the mob for sure. Respect, King. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you. Y'all go subscribe to my brother's channel, man. Ron Gillians, man. Appreciate the 5 bones. T Fit, appreciate the co-sponsorship of the show, man. The wickedness of the world was on full display. The energy you put out in the world when you celebrate a man's day, we revisit your life in some form. Cold world. Yeah, man, it will, man. I mean, you ain't, but I'm telling you, man. And here's the thing. They don't even understand it. They don't even recognize it. They can't even see the error of their ways. And that's why, as a man, when you're dealing with somebody who can't see the error of their ways, man, you got to fall back. You got to fall back. And the bigger that group is, the more of us have to fall back. It's not even about engaging anymore. It's not even about this whole thing about going back and forth in the entire engagement. What we have to do as men is build ourselves into the best version of ourselves. And whatever benefits from life come with that, we take those benefits. We don't go chase benefits that aren't meant for us. We don't go chase things and try to shape them into something. It's kind of like if you can afford a brand new car, why go buy that same model with no motor in it? Like if you want to go buy a Benz, why buy a Benz? If say you want to buy a 2021 Benz, why buy a 2021 Benz with no motor in it? And then you got to pay to get the motor put in it, but you could just buy a 2021 Benz. What's the purpose? It doesn't make sense. You men have to stop settling for less. Because I'm going to be honest with you. These women ain't settling for less. They only accepting what they want. And I tell you, men, all the time, you deserve what you demand, but you also deserve what you accept. If you accept it, you deserve it. Nobody owes you anything. You got to go out in the world and demand what you want. If you want a woman that don't have a career, then why you dealing with a woman that got a career and trying to tell her, I want you to start working. I want you to start working. You have you one of them waiting in hell moment, man, where your car be burnt up and your clothes be burnt up in the swimming pool. Gone is that time. Guys be telling my man, well, if you want a woman that's in shape, find a woman that's out of shape and get her in shape. Fool, for what? She gonna pay me if I gotta be a personal trainer? Why I look like, man, being a personal trainer, just meeting a woman saying, I'll be your trainer. Man, y'all crazy. Wilbur Wilson, man, appreciate put some noise in here for that one, man. Appreciate the big donation, man. Bro said responsibility, respect, and appreciation are internal priorities that are based in value, ethics, and morals. Yeah, no doubt, bro. And the Jezebel spirit is invested in beauty, money, status, sex, which are external motivations. Beauty, money, status, sex are more concerned with winning the argument than winning life. You know, bro, I couldn't have said it better myself. The reality of the scenario is that when you are in a society, you have to accept the people in that society as they are. This whole thing about trying to change someone is a waste of time. People are who they are. That's why I tell you, man, simple things like a woman being, you know, just totally immersed in social media. You have to immersed by social media, submersed in social media. Man, you have to understand, why would you deal with a woman who's like that? You don't have to. You don't have to be acting like your wood is the leader of your life. The only time you're willing to accept things that are less than what you deserve is when your wood is the leader of your life. How you gonna let that fool lead your life? He don't know nothing. He don't know never how to jump up and down in something. Anytime you ever got burnt, he did it. Anytime you ever got a woman pregnant, you got to deal with baby mama drama, he did it. That fool is not smart enough to be a leader in your life. You got to build yourself to the best version of yourself as a man, and then you'll know the quality of women that you need to let around you. Some of y'all, man, be around here, man, chasing these women just because they look good. Some of these old sayings, they weren't just saying that for nothing. Everything that glitter ain't gold, man. They don't just say that for nothing. Cuban zirconia and diamond look exactly the same until you put the CNI on them. Again, Wilbur Wilson. Appreciate you, bro. King Wicked. Appreciate the dime. Bama to the bone. Salute, bro. Appreciate the dime as well, man. Salute. Get out with Todd. Appreciate the 5 bones, man. So, in the reality of the scenario, man, we got to keep in mind that if women don't care about being in these traditional relationships, in these marriages and all that, why do we care? Why do we care? Out of everything that's going on, I still have guys coming to me saying, man, well, God said love, didn't he? What we gonna do then? What we gonna do? We just gonna burn? We gonna burn and what we gonna do? You can't force a woman to marry you, fool. I don't know what you gonna do. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. You want to go out there and marry a woman that don't like you? I don't care. I don't care what you do. You're a grown man. There's too much information out here to still be making stupid decisions, man. So ask me no more stupid questions. You do whatever you want to do. Go marry that woman who treats you like a dog if you want to. I don't care. Grow some fur. Get you a couple chew toys. Ain't got nothing to do with me, man. I have never been one to tell you, men, that marriage is still alive or you're going to meet a worthy wife out here. I ain't never told you that. You understand? And the whole thing is, what y'all don't understand is this. Women don't care enough about marriage to change into what you want them to be. They don't care enough about it. Your provision and protection aren't valuable to her anymore. She could do her own provision and she's protected by the law. Your provision and protection are not important to her anymore. Stop believing that the traditional marriage is still alive. It's not even a possibility. It's illogical to think that you're going to have that. Because even if you put a woman in that situation, she's not going to be that. She's going to be in that position, but she's not going to be that. See, being that is more than just being in a position. You still got to put in the work. You still got to do the job. And it's just not going to happen in this particular society. Am I saying there are no exceptions to the rule? No, but I'm saying that they are just that, exceptions. The rule is, gone are the days where women look at marriage like it's something they want to do or need to do. It's done. So what we have to do is figure out a new parameter. If you want to deal with them, you got to figure out a new parameter. You got to create a different type of relationship because that old relationship model is dead. You are not your grandma, and you are not your granddad, and she is not your grandmother. It's gone, man. So now you may have all the reason to focus on building yourself into the most alpha version of yourself. And you shouldn't even get sidetracked by no type of relationship or no type of scenario where you're trying to force something that doesn't fit. Traditional marriage doesn't fit in modern society. I say again, traditional marriage does not fit into this modern society. It's gone, it's dead. And if the things that the things that he said, if they didn't do anything else, they showed you. And I try my best to create content to show you examples of women themselves saying they don't want that. Like, they're too good for that. I had a joint up with Rebecca Lynn Pope and Kendra G a couple of weeks ago. They were saying the same thing. Rebecca Lynn Pope was saying, man, women are too good for us. Great. If women are too good for you, let them be too good for you. You go and build your life, man. Because here's the thing. I tell you, men, all the time, you don't have to date out. You just might have to date out of this country. But you don't have to date out. There are beautiful Black women, man, who are from patriarchal societies all over the world. There just aren't many of them here in America. So you don't have to swirl or sell out or whatever you want to call it. You can get a beautiful Black woman in another country. Africa is not even a country, dog. It's a continent. Full of countries. Full of countries with beautiful Black women in it, man. The Caribbean, full of beautiful Black women. Patriarchal societies. We look over places like the West Indies. I'm telling you, man. You have to keep in mind. Now, am I saying that those places don't have any modern women? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you want a traditional woman, you have to find a traditional society. And what's a traditional society? A patriarchy. A patriarchy. Listen, I was just listening to a reporter a sports reporter, complained about how she gets attacked on Twitter, verbally now. And she said people be hitting her, hitting her. She said somebody saying something to her verbally is the equivalent of being hit. That's the world we live in. We live in a world where if you want a woman who is willing to put in work to be a wife, she's not. She would rather put in work to be a worker, to have a career. And here's the thing about being a wife. Being a wife is a career. A woman can't be a proper wife and have a job. She can't. And so if you're in a situation where, listen, if you can't afford to pay the cost to be the boss for yourself, even if you find a woman that's a traditional wife who still live at home with her dad, been living with her dad for the longest, even if you get her, you still ain't in no position. So no matter what you want out of life, the best way to get it is to build yourself to the most alpha version of yourself. That should be your only focus. That way, you know, anybody who comes into your life that's not buying into the process of that progress, you know, they don't need to be in your life, man. They do not need to be in your life. That's real talk, MK. Yeah. The Ivory Coast, man. I like the Ivory Coast in Africa, man. Senegal, I like Senegal too. So you got to keep in mind, man, that the reality of the scenario is you are not resigned to battling these women on what they should be doing. They should be doing whatever the hell they want to do. If they want to be career women, they want to be independent, they want to be strong, go ahead and let them be that. Why do you care? Why do you care? You can't change someone for what they want to be, bro. You simply can't do it. You can try all you want to, but you can't change someone from what they want to be. Can't do it. And on tomorrow's show, we'll talk about how Megan Thee Stallion and the Claire Huxtable prototype are two sides of the same coin, but neither of those women is suitable to be a traditional wife. See, we look at a show like The Cosby Show and we act like The Cosby Show was a positive setup. It wasn't. Cliff Huxtable was an absolute cream puff on that show. He was a beta male simp mangina. His wife wore the pants in the house. And you know what? You rarely saw her without pants on. Claire almost always had on pantsuits because she wore the pants in the house. That was not something we should aspire to. The Cosby Show did more damage to the modern relationship than any show that's ever been on TV, man. Not because of the way it presented the woman, but because of the way it presented the man. And you guys start buying into that. Older guys start buying into that, man. And it just changed the entire dynamic of it. And so we got to look at things, man. And we got to accept things for what they are. And the reality of life in this particular society is that you and I only have one choice. One. We don't even have two options. We got one choice. Build ourselves into the most alpha version of ourselves and accept the blessings that come with that. Just accept the blessings that come with that. Don't go out there hunting nothing because everything you need is on the path you need to be on if you stay on that path. If there's a woman on that path that's going to benefit the process of your progress, she's on that path. You don't have to veer away from that path. You don't have to look out in the world. She's right there. Gone are the days, man, where you can just assume that a woman is good to put in that position. You gotta make her earn it. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. The majority of women you meet in this particular society are just not willing to put in work for that because they don't value it. They don't value being your wife like that. They don't value it. See, let me tell y'all the difference between a woman valuing being your wife and valuing having a husband. See, a woman who wants a husband doesn't necessarily want to be a wife. See what I'm saying? A woman can want a husband for her own personal agenda. A woman who says, I want to be a wife, then you can sit down and see what's her definition of wife. A woman who says, I want a husband, She's saying that the same way you saying you want a wife. You want a wife to have a help me. A woman who wants her husband pretty much wants to help me. She looking for somebody to be in a 50-50 relationship with her. And that's just the majority of what you're gonna find in this particular society, brothers. I hate to be the bearer of good news. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't bad news, but this is just the reality of what we're dealing with in this society, man. It's just it. So no matter what we tell them, no matter, I can sit in here and talk to them blue in the face, but women ain't gonna listen because when they hear the amount of work that it takes to be a wife, they don't know that. Their grandmothers knew it. Their great grandmothers knew it. Their great great grandmothers knew it. Modern women don't know how to be a wife. They think they just go up and they be in the wedding and then they just keep living the life they already live. And they're a wife because they're married. They don't know the amount of work, man, the amount of dedication, the amount of focus, the amount of determination, the amount of ups and downs, they don't understand the amount of energy it takes to be a wife. And when you sit down and tell them the amount of energy and effort that it takes to be a wife, they don't want to do it. They're like, man, I got to do all that just to be a wife? I'm good. Because their single life is so great. See, here's what it is. As men, our single lives are so great. Like my single life is great. It's phenomenal. I love it, man. My single life is phenomenal. So men's life has always been that way. So it was a benefit to a woman who was living at home with her dad, didn't have no freedom, wasn't being intimate or nothing. She couldn't do all these things that women do. That man, it's been 100 years since marriage was beneficial in this society, bro. It's been 100 years. But now social media allows everybody to run their mouth and tell everything they know. And so social media has expedited the process of us figuring that out. You see what I'm saying? That's all that's happened. Social media has expedited the process of us figuring out that women don't want to be wives anymore. They don't want it. And we can't keep trying to force it. See what I'm saying? We can't keep trying to force it. Ain't no need to be keep trying to expose and do all that. Like it's already known now. We already know it. Like the work necessary to be a wife just isn't worth it to modern women. It's not worth it to them. When they weigh being single, having a career, making their own money, having their freedom, having multiple men as opposed to just being locked down with one, when they weigh that, and then they weigh, hold up, I could put this over here or put this over here. I got to put in all this work, put in all this work. Now, if I put in all this work over here, the man in control, he make the rules, he run the household, he blah, blah, blah. If I put any work over here, I can have my own household, run my own household. I control it. Man, come to my house, I don't want him now. I can put him out. The power of being your own boss has changed women into being their own boss. Even a woman that's in a marriage wants to be the husband. She wants to pay the bills. She wants to pay the cost to be the boss because she's figured out what the power dynamic is. There's nothing we can do about it. It ain't even their fault. It's not women's fault that they finally got a taste of the power that men have been experiencing for centuries. They got it now, boy. They ain't letting it go. You think they women who making that money, got their own domain, do whatever they want to do, man, can run as many dudes that they want. Man, you think they finna say I'm gonna get all this up to go be some dude wife? Hell no. No, man. I wouldn't even respect them if they did. I'd be like, man, woman, you crazy. Why would you do that? It don't make sense. So it's done, brothers. That thing is over, man. We just gotta wrap our mind around that concept. It's over. It ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's just done, man. So whatever happens, a new dynamic is gonna have to be established, or men are gonna have to start going traveling the world, man, finding beautiful black women in other countries. And I'm not talking about finding them, bringing them back here. You go find and bring her back here, the same thing gonna happen to her. That's why, man, you meet women in Africa and these other countries, boy, they be doing everything in their power to try to get over here. Why? Because to them, it's the land of opportunity. It's the land of freedom. It's the land where a woman can come over here and make her own money and be her own boss and buy her own crib and have her own car and run her own life and have her own bank account. Shh. I'm telling y'all, man, Things are different, man. You know what I'm saying? Things are different. Randy Irvin, appreciate the $10 super sticker, man. Things are different, man. And y'all just gotta, we gotta accept that as men. See, I've already accepted it. We've already accepted it in the alpha sphere. If you're new to the alpha sphere, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. This is the place to be. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to become the most alpha version of yourself and figure out the methods you need to take and the things you need to avoid, man, this is the place you need to be. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you'll know when we come on, man. You'll know when we come back in the joint. Go ahead and join become a member of the channel too, so you could be in the live chat, because the majority of the live chats, if not all of them, are closed and members only. G Money, appreciate the dime. It's true. It's truly telling. They hate a man who's pushing the ultimate come up for a woman. It's real. It's real bad deal for a valuable man to get married, man. It really is. And that's the thing, man. When you don't know how to be a wife, and somebody tells you how to be a wife, at that point, you have to make the decision if that's what you want. And that's really all that's happening right now. When I talk about submission, when I talk about shut upness and obedience, I'm just talking about the things that it's going to take to be the wife of a high quality man. Like, it's going to take a certain thing. And if you have to make the decision if you want to do that. Now, before, you didn't know it. You see all these women marrying these beta male sim manginas, and they had these 50-50 relationships, but then you see them and those women are miserable. Why? Because the beta male sim mangina ain't got no masculine alpha energy. And after a while, a woman get tired of being catered to. She get tired of being the focus of everything. She get tired because the femininity in her, the woman in her, wants to cater to you. She's built, her spirit wants to serve you. Her spirit wants to be a helpmeet. She wants to do that. And if you're a man that ain't never given her the opportunity to do that, the woman's gonna get miserable. After a while, being chased by a dude is boring. It gets boring to a woman. And and once she gets to that point, then that relationship is over. So many married men be getting cheated on, man, because you marry a woman that, that never was impressed by you in the first place. Then you just keep, pretty much you cater to her so much where she feel like she being bothered. She feel like you're a bugaboo. You cater to her so much. How you think that's gonna turn out positive for you? And so you deal with, and you got these men out here, man, in a dating game, man. They think it's okay to chase women. You're supposed to chase them around and hunt them down and do all this, and they make up all kind of reasons why you're supposed to chase them, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Women are bored with being chased. They've been chased so much that they bored with it. That's why they be so obnoxiously egregious when they respond to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they so mean when they respond to you, because they tired of being approached. They tired of being chased because they don't want what you're offering. I'm telling you, man. There's an intimate toy industry, man, $1 billion intimate toy industry, man. Why you think that is? Because women make their own money, so they don't need you for the money. The laws protect them, so they don't really need you for the protection. And some of them just go get their straps anyway. They'll do their own thing, or they make money where they can put themselves somewhere where, the criminal activity can't even get to them. So the protection has waned. The need for your protection has waned. And so really, in this particular society, when a woman looks at you, she says, okay, if a woman can say, I got my own money, I got my own crib, I got my own car, she can literally look at you and say, all you can give her is wood. And if she mess around, man, and get a wood that she can use that don't never go down, it's over, man. Like, the majority of women in this society have checked out of that whole marriage concept. And you men have to check out too. You know what I'm saying? There's a mental block that they have that keeps them from wanting to be a wife. But see, they don't understand the damage that is doing to their femininity, because after a while, she's going to get tired of being that. I don't care who she is. Every single strong black woman, strong feminist woman, eventually, they ass is going to marry somebody. You understand what I'm saying? If she got that career, she making that money, she going to marry a man who make less money than her. She going to end up having to, because ain't no man who got money going to marry her. That's what she going to end up doing. But eventually, I don't care how man, she can be the biggest feminist promoter in the world. But guess what's going to happen? Eventually, she going to settle down with something. That's just what she gonna do. Now, I say this, man, before we slide out of here. Fear to none. Appreciate the 4 bone super sticker, man. A man from day one. Appreciate the 3 bones. Thanks for all the great news. Salute. A son that got sent it, man. Appreciate the 5 bones. I hope I ain't butcher your name too bad, man. Thank you, Dr. BoA. Some women want the benefit of marriage, but not the responsibility of foreign women ain't the same now. Man, that's you know what? That's what it is, man. They want the benefits of marriage. You know, they want the wedding and the marriage, but they don't want to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? The wedding is the highlight of the entire thing. You know, if the wedding day is the best day of the marriage, man, then you married the wrong woman. You understand? And a lot of times, man, that's it. A lot of times that's it. You know, and another thing that killed the traditional marriage is just the setup of the relationship. Like traditional marriage is dead because you already beat and got everything that you can get from the woman before you marry her. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no sense to marry a woman, man. You already got the milk. Like, why are you buying the cow, man? She already gave you milk for free. Don't make sense. If she don't value the milk, if she looks at the milk and says you can have all the milk you want, and you ain't got to buy the cow. If she don't even value the milk, how you? No. I know you already gave me the milk. No. Wait a minute. You gave me the milk already. Just no. Now you no.
You gave me the milk already, and no, still gonna buy the cow. No, I know, but I know you gave me the milk, but I love you so much that I'm gonna still buy that damn cow.
I love you, baby, my pretty little baby. There's nothing you can do to keep me away from you. That's the song y'all be singing, man. But you can't do that. So the concept of marriage is gone because the structure of marriage is gone. People still want to do it because they think it's what you're supposed to do. But the divorce rate is so high because marriage doesn't work. It's getting higher because it doesn't work. It takes a husband and a wife to make a marriage work, not just a man and a woman. Now, to all of y'all women out there, you know you need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to get your mind right. And Dr. BoA is here for you. Didn't want to go too ham on you tonight because it's a learning experience for you. But you need somebody that's going to give you some guidance and show you the error of your ways. And that's what my intention was. And that's what my intention is always going to be. Not so you can change and be better for us. Because, I mean, if you ain't going to buy into the process, our progress, man, we done. But so you can stop making us look bad as a people by going out here in public cheering the death of a black man. And you know, I had one of my white business partners ask me, man. He said, "Hey, thing, do you I know you know this Kevin Samuels guy, right?" I said, "Yeah, I heard him. Yeah, we plan on doing something." He said, "Well, what did he do?" Because they hate him. It's a white guy. It has spread all the way over to white folks on Facebook. And you're like, "Man, what did he do? I mean, did he hurt somebody or something?" I said, "Nah, man, he just come online and talk." Well, what does he talk about? I mean, is he like one of those? Is he like, what does he do? Like, man, he just tell people, you know, be better. He said, that's all? I said, he said, man, I can't believe this shit. I mean, they are celebrating the death of this man. I said, yeah, man, shit. They ain't the worst thing my people do, man. And after that, man, I was like, man, you know what? There ain't many things that happen with my people, man, that I cannot defend. But this is one, man, I ain't even have an explanation for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just wicked. You know what I'm saying? It's just wicked. That's all. Making her crazy. Appreciate the 5 bone. Freedom never felt so good. Don't let the birds bachelor shame you, fella. Do what's best for you. Stay true to yourself. Ask yourself, is it really worth it? The answer is going to be a resounding no if you ask yourself that, man, if you're honest with yourself. Humberto, appreciate the 10 bones, man. Appreciate it. YouTuber Trash Talker, appreciate the 5 bones. Facts. KS was these women's greatest hope, and they celebrate his death. Over on this side, we not marrying them. Not at all, man. A woman is going to have to really, really impress me, boy. I'm talking about she going to have to be a godsend. I'm talking about true godsend. Where God going to have to say, hey, boy, I got something for you. You done good. I told you got a little bit quicker than that, and you were quicker. Got something for you. Gonna have to come to me like that, man. Because you got to try too hard. You got to work too hard with modern women to put them in the right position. You know what I'm saying? You put them in the right position. You tell them what they need to do. They got to rebel against everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because they feel like they can. They so smart. They so wise. They know all this. Man, who got time for that? Man, man, listen, man, I can tell y'all some stories, man, about some of the consultations I have, man, but I won't. But boy. Donnie Black, appreciate the dub. Everything on this planet exists because you exist, man. Because man exists, yeah, period. When you go against nature, you go against life. Stand your ground on your alpha energy because it dictates your legacy. Yeah, man. Stand your ground on your alpha energy, man, because it dictates your legacy. It does, man. I'm telling you what's real out here. So I say this, man. You have to watch people because you never know what their hidden agenda is until the opportunity comes for them to expose it. And it has to be an opportune time for them to expose it. And this is the opportune time. And what this represents, this doesn't represent a hatred for Kevin Samuels. This represents a distinction or a definitive proclamation that my life is so bad as a woman that I can't wait to lash out at a man for whatever reason I can. Because he is the reason. I imagine some of these reasons must blame. Some of these women must blame Kevin Samuels for their life, man. For a decision they made over the past 20 years. For some strange reason, they found a way to blame this man that they don't know. And blame him so much that, and y'all know women live in a fantasy world. A woman can take a reality, shape it into what she wants it to be, into an alternate reality, and replace the true reality with that alternate reality and make the true reality a lie. We've been knowing this our whole lives. You understand? Think about the way women grow up. Snow White. She'd have ate a poison apple. Man, we the same thing get poisoned before. You get poisoned, boy. You gotta get the stomach pump. You gotta get some. She'd have ate a poison apple. Guess what happened? A dude just came and kissed her. And she woke up and said, I'm rolling with you. Cinderella. Broke. Poor. In a situation. Totally being taken advantage of by a wicked stepmom and stepsister. Fairy godmother come, turn a pumpkin into a coach, turn a dress and turn her tattered clothes into a fly dress, and turn her beat up shoes into a glass slipper. She go to the ball. Suddenly, Cinderella, just because she put on some clothes, is the most beautiful woman at the ball. The prince can't keep his eyes off of her. Got to have her. Uh-oh. Clock struck 12. Cindy got to go. Everything changed back. The coach changed back to a pumpkin. Her tattered clothes changed back to what they were. Everything changed except them glass slippers. Well, if the glass slippers stayed glass, where the hell is her old shoes at? This is how women were raised, where the impossible becomes the possible. And so by the time she becomes a woman, she can easily replace reality with a falsification of the facts. And they've been doing it forever. And that's the society we live in right now. They have taken on the mantra and the responsibility of the male role in a relationship, and they believe they can still be a wife from that role, but they can't. That's why it's got to be 50-50. Because, man, listen, boy, I know situations where the man do all the housework. How you get yourself in a situation where you're doing all the housework? Standard High, appreciate the dime. K has tried to argue rational with creatures that are irrational in nature, hoping they would get it. But men got the rational points he was making about building yourself up as a man. And that's the main thing that happens, man. That's the main thing that happens. What women have to understand is, okay, fine, you can be who you want to be. You can be who you want to be. But just know that that's going to eliminate you from a relationship if that's what you want. If you see, the thing is, if you don't want a relationship, don't worry about none of this. It don't apply to you if you don't want a relationship. If you don't want to be married, you don't want a relationship, don't worry about it. Why do you even care? And I think the problem is the majority of these women that are celebrating the man death never even wanted a relationship. They never cared. Man, let me tell you something. And this is real talk. Man, I know we all saw this one. Man, they've been waiting to have their opportunity at this man ever since the Average at Best video, man. Ever since then. All this has been building up ever since then. And so I tell you men all the time, what you have to understand is that you don't know who has what type of animosity toward you. You don't know who's a fake supporter, who's a real supporter. You don't know, who's got your back, who doesn't have your back. You never can tell. So you just got to put yourself in the best position to win. You got to put yourself in a position where you're always elevating. Because see, if you're always elevating, nobody stays on your level long enough to really inflict any harm on the process of your progress, to really become a true impediment in your life. So you got to keep elevating. And as you elevate, every time you elevate, you're going to leave some people behind automatically. That's just how it goes. Supreme C, appreciate the 10 bones, man. I'm receiving hate from others because I'm free. My alpha energy that they don't like. I'm free. Hey, man, listen. Prisoners don't never like people that's free. You know what I'm saying? Even though when they were free, they did whatever they did to get locked up, they wish they were free. So people who are in a spiritual prison, people who are in a financial prison, people who are in emotional prison, people who are in a mental prison, these people don't like people who are not in that prison. You understand what I'm saying? It's a thing of envy. Like when you're free, people wish they could be free, but people just don't have the intestinal fortitude to be free. And a lot of you women don't even want to be on that feminism stuff. A lot of y'all want to be, man, I just want a husband. I do whatever you tell me to do. But you give in to the pressure from your peers. I know all of y'all, man, some of y'all just too soft. Some of y'all crybabies be crying on movies and all that. See a dead dog in the road and bust out crying. Man, y'all ain't feminist. Some of y'all too sensitive for it. But y'all want to fit into the popular opinion. Y'all want to fit into the popular role. But how is that going to benefit you when you get old? That's what I want. Judas, appreciate the dub, man. Appreciate the super sticker. Prodigal Son 7-5, appreciate the dime. Someone tried to use Proverbs 11:10 justify celebrating that man's death, but the true context of that scripture is about to sit under oppression of a tyrant. He has never terrorized those strags. Man, listen, you can't terrorize somebody from online when you just talking into a microphone. It's hard. You can't terrorize somebody who calls you to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you 100%, man. You can't terrorize someone from just talking to them and on a public forum. We ain't even talking about DM or private conversation. We talking about on a public forum. It's just crazy, man. To celebrate a man's death, man, I can't think of nobody. Like, listen, even if I had to do some dirt to somebody, man, I never celebrate, man. They ain't never celebrate. Death is serious, man. Death is final, man. And death changes people's lives forever, man. For all these, let's think about this. All y'all women that celebrating this man death, tell me this. If you the primary breadwinner for your family, I'm talking about you the first one to make money. You the first one to do good. You the first one. You're changing people's lives. What's gonna happen to your family if you die? Like if you just die suddenly, if you die tonight, what's gonna happen to your family tomorrow? Yeah. But you know what? That same thing probably happened to that man's family. It's a lot of responsibility, man, when you the breadwinner of a family. A lot of responsibility. And so when you ask yourself, what are you celebrating? You ain't celebrating shit. You just out here putting on a show. You ain't celebrating. You just want to be seen, want to be heard. Because the people in your life don't see you, don't hear you. And in the real world, you don't exist in your life. So you got to be a part of this big, loud voice. And here's the thing. None of you are still going to be recognized as individuals. It's just this big, loud voice. You see, we're not calling on individual names. The only individual name we calling is Kevin Samuels. You're just a part of a huge group of people who are dissatisfied with their lives and who don't know what to do, who can't figure out what to do. Nobody's telling you what to do. And if somebody is telling you what to do, you don't know how to take heed, but you're just a part of a loud voice, like a big, huge, loud crowd. It's like walking into the FedEx Forum. Only people you're gonna know in there, the people sitting on the front row, the stars. Everybody else just a person in a crowd of 70,000. Or however many people the FedEx Forum seats. And so it doesn't make sense. Whatever you're doing is not benefiting your life. It's not giving you no fame, not giving you no money, not giving you no peace, not giving you no blessings, not giving you no joy, not giving you nothing. All it's doing is making the people around you. I can promise you, somebody around you who matters in your life, who can affect your life, is looking at you sideways. Because no other group of people on the planet would ever publicly do this. This is something you do behind closed doors, but to publicly do this to a man who has done nothing to you but say some shit that you don't like. I say that again. A man who has done nothing to you but say some shit that you don't like. Say some shit that you don't like. Come on, man. Come on, man. It just don't make sense to celebrate somebody dead. No matter how much you dislike them or hate them, a celebration of death, boy, it's crazy, man. MK, appreciate the dime. A man standing up saying men are the prize and society completely destroys their worldview. Like you said in another video, wanting someone is feminine because you're controlled by emotions. Yeah, man, that's real. That's real, man. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, man, you can think what you want to think or feel how you want to feel towards somebody. But when they're dead, it's over. Like it's over. For every time you want to call in and say something, you want to post something or say something, when somebody dies, it's over. The online game, the online back and forth is over. This shit ain't serious. Like you don't know the man to hate him. You don't know him like that. It's over now. Man is dead. It's over. Well, a celebration of death, man, is something that no other race people would ever do. And then not only are people doing it, you got other people coming behind championing, talking about it like it's something positive. Y'all stupid. Y'all fight for all these rights to be free. Y'all want to be able to move around how you want to move around. But you don't want a man to be able to say what he want to say? He can't speak his mind? You wish he was dead because he speak his mind? But you fighting for your rights all the time to not be oppressed, to not be held back, to not be stopped, to not be told you can't do something? What kind of hypocritical shit is this? Every day there's a new fight y'all doing. Oh, but he's saying what he want to say. Kill him. It's a shame, man. I'm telling you. Shame. Honorable Jay, appreciate the dime. Man, conversation here hard, bro. Appreciate you showing love to the average at best, brother. You chosen one, bro. Salute, man. I appreciate it, bro. You know, man, it's a damn shame, man, when you really think about it, man. You know, we're dealing with a group who just really don't care about anybody but themselves. You know what I'm saying? Every single thing that they fight for all of this time, man, it it loses its luster. You know, it loses its validation. It loses its value when you turn around and say, I'm glad this man died because he said what he wanted to say. You're fighting for more than the right to say what you want to say. You want equal pay. You talking about you ain't getting paid the same thing. I want to get paid what you get paid. Well, hell, you don't even want me to say what I want to say. Come on, man. Man, Superpower TV, appreciate the dime. When I was growing up in Haiti, men spoke as you speak. Men congregate and strengthen each other as well as the elderly teaching the youth. Salute. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Man, going out old days in the States, man. We trying to bring them back, man. You know, One show at a time, I guess, man. Mitchell Williams, appreciate the dime. I'm still kind of skeptical about the details of his death and saying that, please be careful here, Dr. BoA. I really feel something behind the scenes to keep the truth at bay. Man, I roll with the Most High, bro. I ain't got no fear at all. I roll with God, man. People can say, well, ain't no God. Okay, that's you. If ain't no God, fine. Man, I roll with God, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm protected. You know what I'm saying? As long as I stay in the space I need to be in spiritually, man, and keep my head where I need to be, man, and stay on my grind, doing my duty, I'm straight, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. And if I gotta go, man, I gotta go. We all gotta go at some point. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be around here living in fear of going. And nah, I gotta go, man. I gotta do what I gotta do. God put me here to do something, man. I gotta do it. But I appreciate the concern, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, man. I've been in some of the worst environments ever, man. I'm talking about grew up in some of the worst environments ever. You know what I'm saying? So he brought me through all that, man. And now, man, I'm out here I'm out here doing this work, man. So if I gotta go, then it's just my time, bro. I don't live like that though, man. I don't live like that. So anyway, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all in here too much longer, man. I appreciate y'all coming in, man. And again, man, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, man. We're gonna really we're gonna be doing big things, man. We're gonna keep it moving, man. And I want y'all to become the most alpha version of yourselves, man, and reap the benefits of that. And when it really boils down, man, you guys just let women be who they want to be, and stop complaining about it. Stop complaining that women don't want to be wives. Stop complaining that women want to wear the pants and so what? Let them do it. They're gonna do what they want to do. Why do you care? Stop caring so much. Stop caring so much. And that's just real, man. We got to stop caring so much. You got too many things to be focused on than to be focused on that. But to y'all women, I will say this to y'all. If y'all need, and y'all know y'all do, y'all need some masculine guidance, some alpha energy, then come on over here to the Alpha Sphere. Subscribe to the channel, join up, but be prepared. Have some hurt feelings sometime, but the truth hurt. You know what I'm saying? And whenever it come out, no matter how cold it seems, it's all done out of love. You know what I'm saying? I love women. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I can't hate them. You know what I'm saying? I've had too much fun, had too many great experiences with them, man. And ain't no reason to hate them. I accept you for what you are. And the best thing I can give you as a man is acceptance of you as who you are. Famo, salute. Again, Brother Wilbur Wilson, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all you brothers, man, with the sponsorships of the show, man. And before we go, I just want to tell all the women I know we're listening in the wings, man. To my brothers, man, y'all keep grinding and growing. Put God first. And let's go out of here, man. I'm a premiere another joint off the album, man. Y'all be looking for it, man. I have a definite date now, man. My definite date is gonna be a little while away, man. My definite date is gonna be Independence Day, July 4th, man. That's the definite date of release. Project will be coming out then, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a couple of visuals right now, but the actual album will be out July 4th, man. We might well make it Independence Day, man. You know what I'm saying? For us, our independence, and hell, for the independent women too. We accept you and your independence. If that's what you want to do that. Peace.
You know, man, there's a lot of sipping going on that's responsible for the modern woman's bad behavior. So I thought I'd make a pimp anthem for the simp tantrums. Yeah.
Baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me? I said, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me, girl? All the mama need is a regulator to hold her accountable instead of tricking paper. Her shaky self-esteem dream needs some motivator. So faking it to make it won't overtake her. She don't understand that her beauty is inside. She just hides behind the fake lashes on her eyes. She just huddles under all the weave on her head. Self-hate is a lie, self-love is dead. Never had a man to make her earn what she gets. The type who she submits to and serve and make a wish. She says I'm the manliest man that she ever met, and the most dominant man that she ever said. I know that I am. Don't get emotional cause I just don't give a damn. All I gotta say is if I change your life in a major way, baby, you gotta pay what you weigh. Let the chorus say, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me? I said, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me, girl? She only understands financial loving, cause she never had truly romantic loving. Just being secret lovers with somebody's husband, and this last time it was her first cousin. She don't understand how it tears her up inside, even with the heartache and the tears in her eyes. Like a crash dummy, high speed to the wall. She don't know that pride precedes the fall. Never had a man to make her earn what she gets. The type who she submits to and serve and make a wish. She says I'm the manliest man that she ever met, and the most dominant man that she ever said. I know that I am. Don't get emotional cause I just don't give a damn. All I gotta say is if I change your life in a major way, baby, you gotta pay what you weigh. Let the chorus say, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna try me? I said, baby, I know that you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper, so buy me. You wanna